Hey Flames fans, time for another Flames Unfiltered Shorts. I am Brad Burud from Flames Unfiltered, and Brad Trelivan's at it again. This off season, off the wall. There's nobody that can argue and win that says this is not the busiest off season in Flames history, because it is. I don't ever remember an off season for a team that's this altering in my time watching hockey. I know since the cap, there hasn't been 200-point guys leave one team. So I don't know. But you know what the good news is, Flames fans? They left. But we've got great returns. As today it broke, Nazem Kadri signs with the Calgary Flames. Long time, this last few weeks, we've been wondering what's going on. Everything was rumored that he was going to go to the island, and that Lou Lamoriello had a contract in his desk drawer a la last year with Parisi and Suter. Was that last year or the year before? I can't even remember anymore. But it didn't happen. And today it broke as Nazem Kadri signs a 7-year, $7 million contract with the Calgary Flames. And boy, does he bolster the center depth of this team right off the get-go. A guy that was on pace last year for over 100 points. He was over a point a game guy last year, finishing with 87 points, 71 games, 28 goals last year. Last year in the postseason, 15 points in 16 games, 7 goals. The guy had the game winner to win the Stanley Cup. A game winner in overtime to win the Stanley Cup. Like, can you get any crazier? Can you get any better? Nazem Kadri, who was going to be traded to the Flames a few years ago, but denied the trade. Didn't deny the trade because he didn't want to go to Calgary. Denied the trade because he didn't want to leave Toronto. Well, that ended up happening where he left Toronto, and now he finds himself in Calgary. And with a 1-2-3 punch of Lindholm, Kadri, Backlund, and Rooney for a 1-2-3-4 punch, I don't know. Is that up there with the best teams in the league for center depth? I would argue to say that's up there as one of the better ones. Then the day wasn't done with news. You know, when you bring in a guy at $7 million, you need to move some cap. And I was a proponent that I thought that we might see Monahan get put on long-term IR. Well, that didn't happen because Sean Monahan was dealt today in kind of a trade that, you know, you're happy as can be as Flames fans because you got Nazem Kadri today. And your hockey brain tells you need to be happy because the salary of Sean Monahan is no longer on the books. But your fan heart says, you know, we're going to miss Sean Monahan. Was there anybody that was a better team player, a better guy in the community? And we say that about everybody when they leave, but Sean Monahan was. Sean Monahan was just that quiet guy that was there for his teammates. And when Gaudreau scored the game winner in round 1 in overtime, and the look on Monahan's face as he hugged Gaudreau in the tunnel, that tells you what kind of a teammate he is. And Sean Monahan gets dealt to the Montreal Canadiens along with a 2025 conditional first-round pick, the one that we got from Florida. And there is a bazillion conditions on this, and we'll get deeper into that on Wednesday night's Flames Unfiltered show. Stay tuned for that. But we'll get deeper into that. And the Flames receive future considerations from Montreal, which I don't know what the hell that means. That means nothing, right? That means nothing. I've never heard anybody say, hey, we're paying back on the Monahan. Not going to happen. But Sean Monahan. After the Iginla era, Sean Monahan was kind of the guy that was the next great hope for this team. And I've always liked Sean Monahan. As a matter of fact, I have a jersey. That's Fleury's there, right? You can see that on the screen. But I'll over to the right of it, I got a Sean Monahan jersey. And I got it because I loved the way he was in the slot. The guy was deadly. The Gaudreau Monahan 1-2 punch will go down in Flames history. It really will. Unfortunate circumstances are what lead to this, because Sean Monahan was a prolific scorer for all of his career until his hip injuries started. And now with another hip injury sidelining him late last year and creating a surgery that he's recovering from right now, the hopes of Sean Monahan returning to his form, or at least a form that would justify the $6 million, was just a little too risky. 1 year left on that deal as he heads to Montreal, and I wish Sean Monahan the best. This guy, well, he was my favorite Flame for a lot of years. He was. And I thought he was quietly entertaining. I thought he did great work on the ice, his shot in the slot, some of the plays he made with Gaudreau. I loved his fight against Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in the Battle of Alberta. That'll go down as one of my better Sean Monahan memories. I'm going to miss boring Sean Monahan on Twitter. I hope they keep that going. I don't know. It's a sad day, but a happy day in Calgary, right? The cap space this allows, I haven't looked at it, about a little over $2 million when you insert Kadri, take Monahan off. And I don't know, is Brad Treliving done? Probably, but we'll have to wait and see. We got to remember some things about Sean Monahan. 656 games played as the Flames. Scored 20 goals or more in 7 NHL seasons. That's a lot. And holds the record, Flames record for most overtime winners. And that's something we'll always remember him for. He was clutch. He was clutch. It's difficult. The guy's a warrior. The amount of injuries that piled up on this poor guy is mind-boggling. It really, really is, and it's difficult to see him go. He's 9th in team history with 656 games played. He's got 212 goals, which is 8th in the Flames franchise, and 3rd in game-winning goals. We'll remember him as clutch. And I know when Sean Monahan comes back this year, he's going to get a standing ovation and a tribute that we haven't seen in Calgary since Jerome McGinley. I mean that. This guy's leaving on great terms. He's always been a consummate professional. And you know what was great? Did you ever hear Sean Monahan bitching or passing blame? No. He was there to talk when things were good, and he was there to talk when things were bad, even though he's probably one of the most quiet guys on the Flames team. And so this offseason, it really hasn't been an offseason. We've been busier than we are in the regular season with Flames news, which is friggin' exciting as can be. And you gotta love it. This team going into next year has got me crazy excited. And you look at where we could have been just 30 days ago. Complete disaster. Lose Gaudreau, lose Tkachuk. What are we going to do? Then Huberdeau comes in. Mackenzie Weegar comes in. Goldschmidt to prospect. And now we get the one, God, we forget free agent signings. Everybody says people want to play in Calgary. Well, we got Markstrom. He was a big free agent. We got Blake Coleman. He was a huge free agent. Like, holy cow, this team is different. Look we didn't even have Tyler Toffoli last February. Look at how much this team is different. And so in is Jonathan Huberdeau, Nazem Kadri, Kevin Rooney, Mackenzie Weegar. Out is Johnny Gaudreau, Sean Monahan, Matthew Tkachuk, Eric Branson. And you know what, everybody said? Well, how are you going to replace 200-point guys? Well, the old Flames last year had Gaudreau with 115 points, Tkachuk with 104, Monahan with 23 points for a total of 242. Well, Treliving's magic has brought in Jonathan Huberdeau, 115 points, Nazem Kadri, 87, and Weegar, 44 points, 246 versus 242. Yeah, he did his work, right? Is he done? I don't know. Probably. Maybe another forward would be nice. I just don't know. The cap's getting tight now. And this guy's been so busy. If anybody needs a vacation, it's Treliving, right? But he's brought a lot of happiness to this city in an off-season that could have been disastrous for this franchise. And when we say, and I was one of them, that we need to do something about this core, there's nobody left of the core. The core is completely gone. And we have an all-new Flames team that I think is better on paper than last year's team. And last year's team, an unbelievably good hockey team. So now, the paper doesn't matter. It's how they produce on the ice. And I think it's going to be a real fun year in Calgary. Make sure you check out this week's episode of Flames Unfiltered. That'll drop on Thursday. We'll talk about the Huberdeau signing. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about how the Kadri signing, the Mangiapane signing, the Shillington signing. We'll touch base on the Monahan trade. We'll talk about where this roster goes and how it's looking as we head to about 3 weeks until camp opens. Exciting times in Calgary, and today was a really, really fun day to be a Flames fan.